Hello everyone. So I'm just gonna do a quick improvised video on Groff. Um, if you don't know what Groff is a typesetting system based on macros. So you pretty much format documents in a structured way. Um, it's opposed to what you see is what you get editors like Microsoft Word, and it's comparable to stuff like LaTeX. Um, So yeah, just to explain why I'm using Groff, which might be a good reason for you to use Groff as well. Um, so to use something like LaTeX, which is similar and looks nicer, it requires you to download a lot of things, which are large, like LaTeX and pandas, Pandoc, maybe to make it into a PDF. I don't have that either. Um, I downloaded it on my other computer and it takes up a lot of space. I don't have any space, as you probably just saw. I have like a few gigs. Um, and on macOS, Groff and Cubs filter, which are the things that you need for this to work, are already pre-installed. So I didn't have to install anything to do this. So yeah, but okay, you might say like Notes is pre-installed as well. TextEdit is pre-installed as well. So what's the point of it? Um, well, I wanted to use Vim to take notes because I want Vim shortcuts and I want to stay in the terminal where I'm doing stuff anyways. Um, but the problem is I can't just do like, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be TXT, but I can't just do this and take notes like this because it's gonna be plain text and it's like what formatting I can't do any formatting like this, and it's like I can't underline, I can't like anything, which is not okay because I need like I wanted to be able to bold stuff. So I was pretty much just looking for a way to take notes where I can bold it and then bold certain words and then turn it into PDF. Um, and I realized that Groff is pre-installed on here, so yeah. So if that's you, if you don't have a lot of space and you just need to do simple formatting and you want to type in the terminal, then maybe Groff is worth looking into. If you're on Linux, then um, you're probably gonna have to download Cups Filter, or actually no, you can you probably don't have Groff pre-installed though. I don't know. I think you'd have to download it specifically, though I'm not sure. What am I talking about? That might not even be true. Um, Okay, yeah, so let me just, this is primarily going to be a video on how to set it up, because actually using Groff, there's other tutorials on that, and then it's also not like super hard or structured or anything, it's just like more like what syntax is there to use it, I guess. Um, so let me just show you what a Groff file looks like. So first of all, to use Groff, you need to pick a set of macros that you're going to use with it. Um, for example, if you look at the man pages, right? These are typeset using Groff, or maybe Roff or Troff, I'm not sure. Um, yeah, and they're using the man macros. That's why they're called man, I guess. But there's also other macros. Let me see if this is a thing. No. Um, yeah, other macros such as mom or ms or whatever, and they just like give you different capabilities, I guess, or different like ways to express your what you want to do. I guess the macros are different, and the macros are shortcuts for things, um, like headings and so on. So I'm using the ms macros because that's what I was able to find most documentation for online. So I'm gonna show you how to use that as well, and I'll link to some places in the description for more details, I guess. Or maybe I won't. I guess we'll have to find out. Okay, so let's just make a file. So the first thing you do, and when I write V, I'm just opening Vim. Um, so you name it, and I'm going to just proceed assuming you're using .ms. You can figure out different ones. It's probably similar. Okay, so you name it's as your file .ms. Okay, so here's what Groff things look like, right? It's not what you see is what you get. It's a markup language. So you have commands describing like what you want text to look like. So okay, here's my text, right? Um, And then if I want it to be a heading, for example, right, I'll write .sh, right? Or if I want it to be a paragraph, I'll write .lp, right? So let's do a test of these. So I'll have this. Yeah, so the way it goes is you write the macro up here, and then on the line under it, you write the text. Though there are exceptions. So I'll do this, actually. So this will be a heading that just says, here's my text. This will be a paragraph that says, here's my bold text. Let's see if this is it. Yeah. So what does this do? So this is just going to be a heading, right? This is going to be, here's my bold text. The quotes aren't necessary, but if you have multiple words, then the quotes are necessary. But that was just to demonstrate that sometimes they are in the same line, sometimes they're not. And this here will be just prepended to appended to this. It's going to keep going pretty much in the LP thing. That was not a good explanation, but it's okay. So let's save this now. And I guess I should show you, let me just show you what it looks like, and then, so this is this GAC thing. It's a shell script that I wrote, which I'll show you. But for now, I'm just going to show you it's, because it's going to compile it into a PDF for me, but I'll show you just how to do that by hand. So here's the heading, here's my text, and then here's the paragraph, here's my bold text, right? Okay, so that's all cool. This is pretty much how it works. That's it. So you probably want to, here's a bunch of like commands that I've gathered, right? Or not commands, but rather, you know, macros. So these all just do stuff. So if I did like my document, I'm just gonna do this real quick. So it'll look like that. Here's the title. So all of these commands do different things. So you probably just want to gather them and write them down somewhere. Okay, so this is pretty much how Groff is structured, right? You can find this online. This is not that bad, I think, though there is not that much documentation. But there's even less documentation for how to compile this stuff. So let's try it out. So first of all, you write Groff, because that's the preprocessor or whatever that's going to process this. Then you specify which set of macros you're using. Mine are ms, right? So -ms. Then you write the name of the file. So the name of our file is hello.ms. Okay, so I'm going to click enter now. And that output PostScript, which is another file format, but we don't want PostScript because it's not 1990 or whenever that came out. We want PDF because that's cool. So the way to do that is, okay, so let's take this PostScript and put it into a file. So we'll name it hello.ps, ps being the PostScript file extension. Okay, and now we have to convert that PostScript file to a PDF file. And this is where cups filter comes in. Cups filter. Pretty sure this is a printer utility. Is it? Maybe I'm lying. I don't know. But anyways, this is going to help us convert files, right? So you write, to convert that to PDF, you write cups filter hello.ps to hello.pdf. So, oh yeah, if you didn't know, this little thingamajiggy, it takes the output from here and places it into a file. Yeah. So, okay. So we just did cups filter from the PS file to the PDF file. So now you can open the PDF file. Open is a Mac OS specific command. If you have Linux, you can do xdg open, which is something similar, or just the name of your PDF viewer. So yeah, now it opens the PDF. This is what we just made. So that's pretty much it. That's like the way to do it. So let me show one more thing. Let me just see what happens if I do this. Yeah, okay. So there's actually 3 extra preprocessors, or maybe more than 3, but 3 that I know of for Groff, which I'm just going to touch on real quick because they're useful. So what if you wanted to do math stuff, right? So there's something called EQN, which is equation, a preprocessor that lets you, it gives you like extra macros for equations, for math stuff, you know. Then there's TBL, table. This is for tables, and then there's pic, or I've been saying so PIC. I don't know. And this is for diagrams, and it makes basic shapes. So there's special commands for using that in our documents, and then we have to slightly change our method of compiling. Not really change, just add flags to it, so the preprocessors get called. So let me just show you real quick. So let me go get an example. So, because I know I've used this, but obviously the syntax, I don't remember it. So let's find it. So say I want this one. So I'm just going to copy this real quick. Yep, I understand. Okay, so we'll add this table over here. So this is the syntax to make a table. So table start, table end. I think this is like your delimiter or something between entries. God knows what half of this stuff means, but this just means there's going to be like each C represents a column. So what is this, like 6 columns or something? And then you write the thing in the column, then the delimiter, it's going to make like a new box or whatever. So that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, let's try to compile this now. So I'm just going to use my shell script again because it's just doing what I showed earlier. Okay, so here's what it... Oh wait, probably shouldn't have done that. So yeah, that's what it looks like if it works. But let me show you what happens if we just did it the way where we didn't add anything at all. So it was hello.ms to hello.ps, and then cups filter, hello.ps to hello.pdf. So now let's open hello.pdf, and it just looks like that, right? It's just the text that we wrote. So what do we add to that to actually make it work? So simply for the tables, you'll add -t, right? And for the EQN, you'll add this, -e, and for pic, you'll add -p. Not sure if you can just do that. Probably can, but that's okay. So, or maybe you can't, I don't know. I feel like I've seen it before. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we'll add, and now this will trigger the table, EQN, and whatever, pick preprocessors. So, and now we'll do the cups filter thing one more time. And let's open hello.pdf. And yeah, now it works, right? Okay, so one last thing I'm going to show you before I guess I just get into like the setup is macros, right? So you can make your own macros, obviously, otherwise this would kind of suck, though I'm not using this very much. So here's how you make a file named macros, or I guess you could just name it whatever you want. So you can do stuff like this here, where you just execute commands, and it'll just get like copy pasted into your specific Groff file, I guess. I don't know. So like, for example, this is specifying the font family, right? So when I include these macros in a file that I'm working on, it's going to automatically set the file to this. And it'll automatically define the color dark green every time, just because I'm including this in there or whatever. So here's how to like make macros, right? So the keyword .de means define, I guess. Then you put the name of the macro, and inside of the body you just write the stuff that you want the macro to do, such as make the color green or dark green or whatever. And then once the 2 dots mean end the macro. So now that I have that, I could do something like this. So pretend we're in like a normal file right now. So I could do something like, so we had a heading, right? I can make it green by doing .green, right? But then this will make the rest of my font green, yeah, I guess the rest of my text green in the rest of the file. So I also made this to make it back to black. And that's just green backwards. So I'll just do that. So this is how I would make a green heading in my Groff processing. I don't know, what am I saying? Let's just even quit from here. I'm too lazy to deal with that. Yeah, so these are all just random stuff. Making a bullet has pretty weird syntax, but now that I have this define bullet, it's really easy for me to make bullet points because I can just do dot bullet. This is a bullet point, right? Whoops. Yeah, so that's how you make macros. So you need to know how to use the macros, right? So let's go to hello.ms. So the way to do that is you just include it at the top. So you write .so and then the path to your macro file. Mine is in this directory, so I'll just write macros, which is the name of the file. But it could have been like dot slash macros, or home slash macros slash my macros I don't know, probably not .txt, but so yeah, mine is just macros. So now that I have that, maybe you'll see. Okay, I'll quit this, right? Let's open the PDF. So take a look at it, and then we'll compile it again. Let's see if I can. Where's the cups filter at? Okay, and now I'm just gonna see if you'll notice a difference in the font. So yeah, the font is different now than it was before because I included the macros. And I can also do stuff like, so I'll make a green bullet point. And I'll just compile it using my thing to save time. Yeah, so here's a green bullet point, right? It worked. So that's great. Okay, now what? So you know how to use macros. I guess let's talk about compiling it. So the compiling it is simply just doing what I showed you. So let's just make a script for that, right? So let's do like compiling Groff to pdf.sh. Don't do that. Name it something better. Like I named mine GAC or something. Okay, so first of all, we'll some quick shell scripting tutorial. So the fucking shebang. Beautiful choice of words. Okay, and now what do we do? So the way we want it to work is the user types like, I'm just gonna pretend this script is named GAC because it's too much to type. So it'll be like GAC hello.ms. So, and that's supposed to compile, right? So the file name is I gotta open this on my thing. So the file name is just gonna be, this means the first argument that's passed in, so this will be like hello.ms. And then let's see. So now we simply do Groff, and we'll put .ms, and then we'll put all the flags that we mentioned, and then we'll do file name and surround it in quotes just in case you're stupid and you named your file with spaces, because that would mess stuff up. So that's what the quotes help you do. The $, it's like it gets you the thing in the variable file name. This is not a bash tutorial. Anyhow, okay, so that's gonna compile it, and we'll save it as, I guess, like temp.ps, and then you just do cups filter temp.ps to so you probably want to name it like hello.pdf, right? So that means we got to remove the .ms here. So I got this like nice handy thing from Stack Overflow of removing the file extension from a file name. So name would be, let's see, I'm just going to copy this over real quick. File percent. If only I knew what that does. Why is it doing that? What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? I don't think I did. Yeah, I mean, that seems right, besides the fact that this should be file name. Okay, I guess it's happy now. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so now we have, this would be like hello, right? So we'll name this into name. Save this as into name. .pdf. Maybe I can even put PDF here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and then at the end I would just open, actually no, don't open it. You can, it doesn't really matter, up to you. So I would then, if you wanted to open it right away, you could just do name.pdf. Yeah, sure, let's have that. So if I save this now, and I would also recommend doing, like, for your own benefit, just do like a check here to make sure the file exists. So something like, whoops. Yeah, so what this means is no other parameter was passed in. So then, like, don't do anything. You can, like, exit or something. You know, just to guard, to make sure nothing, like, weird happens. Let me delete this. Whoops. What am I doing right now? Not looking. Alright, save this. So chmod plus x compiling Groff. So then we'll do / compiling Groff, and then we'll put the file, and it works. So that's the script. Right? So now I'll show you. It's obviously annoying to keep doing that, right? To keep quitting and then compiling, right? So this is why using Vim is so nice, or anything that lets you, like, bind your own commands or whatever. What I do is just do comma, right? Or leader or whatever, and then it just automatically saves and opens the document. So let me show you my vimrc, right? So first we wrote that script. Is it not called that? Oh, I forgot the dot. Where's it at? So here it is, right? This line, 24 and 25. Or I guess just 25, right? So this means bind the following, right? So it'll be comma. You can change this to whatever you want. So save, click, what's going on outside? Click enter or whatever. This is essentially like clicking enter. So it saves, and then this exclamation point lets you execute commands in your shell from Vim. So this gack is what I named my command. This is where you would put the name of your, like, compiling script or whatever that we wrote, and then the % is just the name of this file. And then we'll just do, I don't know why it's doing enter twice. Probably because it, like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so this is it. Yeah, so that's how you do that. So now here's the workflow, all right? So open your thing, comma. Okay, wait, it says my document. I wanted to write my documents 7. So now you just do that, and now it updated, and it's, like, super convenient and nice to work like this. Yeah, what am I missing? I'm missing one thing. So yeah, first of all, it's nice to have a command, like I named a cheat sheet, and that just has all of the different thingy-majingies, the macros that I forget about. What else? Also, yeah, it might be useful to make a script to automatically make a file for you, meaning instead of starting from scratch, so I'll do hello2.ms, there's nothing here, so I have to write whatever macros. So if you look at, let's see, I don't know. So this is my lecture 10, right? And it has the title, it has the name of the class, right? And it's all green and stuff. So now I can also do lecture 9, and it looks the same, right? So there's some stuff that's not changing in my documents. I just have, like, some common format between all of them. So maybe that's actually useful. Well, maybe I could even put that in my macros. That's not a bad idea. But what I did is just to no, actually that won't work because I have different classes and the class depends on whatever. So pretty much I wrote a command, so this will do something for me, right? So I'll make a new file, so hello3, right, .ms. So this makes a file for me, and it, like, pre-fills it with some stuff. So it includes the macros. What does DA do? date. It puts the date in the footer, and then this is just gonna have like the name of I guess like my college or whatever, but usually I put the class name. It's the thing on the like the top left, and then the title will be lecture or whatever, and then it'll start me off with a paragraph. So it saves me the typing, and the way you could do that is just like echo stuff to like stuff like that. That's how you can add stuff to a file, and then you'll just open the file after. So yeah, those are some ideas. This is how you would use Groff. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I think, how you can do this on Linux without cups filter. So you do Groff -ms, whoops, and then you put the name of your file, so hello.ms, and then you just do -t PDF. Or maybe the -t goes earlier, I don't really remember. But yeah, that's the way to make it a PDF here. You just skip the cups filter part, but everything else that I said is the same. Yeah, but to do this you need GhostScript, so maybe you have that downloaded, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's about it. So I'll link to stuff in the description. Hopefully that was helpful. If you're on macOS and you just need something to typeset documents real quick and you're bored, use this. Yeah, and I'll end with a quote from our boy Andy Tannenbaum, Andrew, however people say that. He likes troff instead of LaTeX because he's cool. Yeah. So that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed. See ya.